Word around town is that President Trump will be ineligible for California's primary ballot next year unless he discloses his tax returns under a state law that immediately took effect Tuesday, an unprecedented mandate that is almost certain to spark a high-profile court fight and might encourage other states to adopt their own unconventional rules for presidential candidates. The law, signed by Governor Gavin Newsom, on his final day to take action and passed on a strict party-line vote in the legislature, requires all presidential candidates to submit 5 years of income tax filings. They must do so by late November in order to secure a spot on California's presidential primary ballot in March. State elections officials will post the financial documents online, although certain private information must first be redacted. As one of the largest economies in the world and home to 1 in 9 Americans eligible to vote, California has a special responsibility to require this information of presidential and gubernatorial candidates, Newsom said in a statement that accompanied his signature on the bill approved by the legislature earlier this month. These are extraordinary times and states have a legal and moral duty to do everything in their power to ensure leaders seeking the highest offices meet minimal standards, and to restore public confidence. The disclosure required by this bill will shed light on conflicts of interest, self-dealing, or influence from domestic and foreign business interest. Trump, who is not singled out by the law but is clearly its inspiration, is likely to fight back. The Constitution is clear on the qualifications for someone to serve as president and states cannot add additional requirements on their own, said Tim Metcalfe, communications director for the president's re-election campaign. The bill also violates the First Amendment right of association, since California can't tell political parties which candidates their members can or cannot vote for in a primary election. The governor's action is certain to draw swift criticism from California Republicans too. During legislative debates on the bill, GOP legislators repeatedly accused Democrats of being motivated solely by their anger at Trump to continue to consistently be hostile. From this legislative body, to the President of the United States is just not something we should do, State Senate Minority Leader Shannon Grove said during a floor debate earlier this month. Quit poking the bear. We're not poking the bear, say the author of Senate Bill 27, State Sen. Mike McGuire. We're doing what's right. The new law does not appear to keep a candidate who refuses to disclose the information from appearing on the statewide ballot in the November 2020 election. And it also requires candidates for California governor to release their tax returns in advance of the statewide primary, beginning in 2024. Access by the public and news media to a candidate's personal tax returns has been a touchstone of presidential politics for more than 4 decades. Following a high-profile fight in 1973 over a tax deduction taken by President Nixon, the practice of releasing the information became largely routine. In the years that followed, just 2 nominees of the major political parties, President Ford in 1976 and Trump in 2016, have refused to release their taxes. Candidates for California governor have been less consistent. While Newsom released 5 years' worth of returns in 2017 and his Republican rival John Cox provided summary documents, neither then-Gov. Jerry Brown nor his GOP challengers would divulge details on their finances during the 2010 and 2014 campaigns. No candidate or officeholder has faced more widespread criticism for keeping a tight grip on their Internal Revenue Service forms than Trump. From his entry into the presidential race in 2015 until now, the president has fended off news of leaked documents and congressional demands for his tax information, insisting that because he was the subject of an audit, he was unable to meet those demands. Newsom has frequently criticized Trump for his refusal to make the information public. And that's the word around town. Subscribe now.